What's up guys, your boy Gus back again with another video, and today I'm doing yet again another part of my DBD X Collab videos. Now these are always so fun to do. Last time we did the Predator one, which again you thank you to Chocolate for the idea, the footage. Today we are doing a DBD X Batman Collab. Now this was a bit of a weird one to come up with, but I had a good amount of ideas for what I could do. Now, one thing you should know right now is one character that I do not include is, well, Batman or Bruce Wayne himself. And mainly because I don't think he would work in the daylight as a survivor. Mainly because he's like a normal human in his world, so he could still fight, which we wouldn't be able to do that in DBD Daylight, so that would be so out of character for him. So I don't think he would have fit. So to those of you wondering, no, Batman or Bruce Wayne is not in this video. It's not in one of the survivors. But anyways, yeah. Without further ado, let's begin with the new map. Now, as for the map, I think it was pretty obvious what I was going to use for the map, and that's of course going to be Arkham Asylum. I think it's like the best setting for like a Batman theme map, because yeah, I could have just done like a Gotham City, but considering how big Gotham City is, it would be very hard to show off a lot of Batman references and stuff for like in such a big city. So I decided to do Arkham Asylum, which is also a very important location in the Batman stories. Now, what I feel like is Arkham Asylum, because I don't basically know how it looks in the comics, because I've not read the comics myself. But I do know in Batman Arkham Asylum, which is the game series I absolutely love, I feel like Arkham Asylum will be kind of based around that, how it looks. Not as big, because it'll be way too big for that, but like a bit smaller, compacted map. It's like an indoor map, basically, with a couple like a little outdoor segment, like a garden and stuff like that. And of course there'll be like references that were like the rooms where some of the inmates were locked up. Like you'll see like maybe like a room for like the Whittler and Killer Croc and stuff like that. So just references to all the characters. But anyways, yeah, that will be the map. So now let's move on to the new Survivor. Now, as for the Survivor, it was a bit tough to think about who should it be, because there was a good amount of characters that could work. So, what we come up with is the new Survivor is going to be Jim Gordon. Now, I feel like for what it is decided is going to be, I feel like he should have his Arkham Knight look, which was shown in a picture on screen now. Again, I love Arkham, like the Arkham series stuff, because I just love those games, so really good. That'll be like his basic look. I don't know, I've not come up with any ideas for any skins, but you could like put some other characters on him and stuff like that. I couldn't really come up with anything that I think would fit. Now, as for his perks, this is what I've come up with. The first perk is called Signal of the Bat. Now what this perk does is, when you're using a flashlight, it will change flashlight like shape, the shining of the flashlight, to a bat symbol. And whenever you blind the killer using this perk, they'll become unable to attack for 30 seconds. Then this perk goes on cooldown for 2 minutes. Now, I know that sounds very strong, so the killer cannot attack. That seems very strong. But again, 8 minutes balance, so yeah, you have to wait 2 minutes before you can use it again. And remember, it's a flashlight. You need to have a flashlight on, and flashlights can run out. So it's not like you can use it forever, basically. Now, as for his second perk, I wanted to make a reference to, well, Barbara Gordon, who is another important character in the Batman story. So I come up with Learned from Your Daughter. Now what this does is you gain the ability to set up 5 cameras around the map. So giving so I can actually do something different other than just doing gens, cleaning toad and stuff like that. And with these cameras, you can then look through the cameras using a little like screen you carry with you. And while you're using the cameras to look through them, you become oblivious, which does so you cannot hear the killer if they are coming close. You cannot hear the terrorists. But the killer can find these cameras and destroy them. And once cameras are destroyed, you can not replace them. So you only have a max of 5 cameras, and after those 5 cameras are gone, they're gone for good. So having a way of having a perk or a survivor can actually lose a perk permanently, which is something that survivors don't really have, because killers have hex perks, which once they're cleansed, they're gone for good. Survivors don't really have that. They have booms, but they can just come back because the killers can only snuff out the booms, which doesn't destroy the totem. I mean, yeah. Now, for the last perk, this is something I came up with not that long ago, actually. The other ones I did was yesterday I came up with. This one I think was today. It's called Protect the People. Now what this does is whenever a survivor is hit, this perk is activated. For 60 seconds, you see the survivors, or for 10 seconds, and you gain 50% haste for 10 seconds. And then, when you take a hit for the survivor, so like you body block and take a hit, so the killer hits you instead of the survivor, both you and the survivor gain elusive, just so the killer cannot see your trail and cannot hear cannot hear you. Basically makes you completely invisible. And you gain 5% haste for 10 seconds. Then this perk goes on cooldown for 120 seconds. Now this is a perk where I really want it to be focused on. You have to help your teammates to get away from the killer. You'll see your teammate gets hit, you can clearly see where they are, run over there, take a hit for them so you both can leave and get away and heal. And to be still not too powerful, I give it a pretty big cooldown. So anyways, yeah, that is it for the survivor. Now, I'm moving to what I'm waiting for. Let's move on to the new killer. Now, as for the killer, I think it's pretty obvious who it's going to be. It is of course going to be the Joker. Now, for the Joker's name, so I just think, because he could just be called the Joker, that could make sense. But another cool name could be the Prince of Crime. Because he is known as the Clown Prince of Crime, but I think that's a bit too long, so just calling him the Prince of Crime, or maybe just the Criminal, but I feel like Criminal is pretty basic. So either the Joker or the Prince of Crime could be great names for him. Now, I've also come up with a couple of skins for him, which has been a bit of a skin phrase. And the skins I've come up with is, the first one is the Batman Collab, which you guys don't know is from the comics, where it is a Batman who gets turned into the Joker. Then I also have 2 skins that are from Jokers from the movies. One is from the Dark Knight version, played by Heath Ledger, and then from the Joker from the 2019 movie, played by, I forgot what his name is. Joaquin Phoenix, I think it's, yeah, Joaquin Phoenix, pretty sure was his name. Now, even though I have not watched The Dark Knight, I know that Joker specifically is the one people love, and his look is very cool, unique. And then of course the Joker I have watched, which is a great movie. I've not watched the sequel. I don't know. Now I heard that it's not the best, but the first one is very good, and I love his design. It's a bit more colorful than the Joker. And then for a legendary skin, because I wanted to reference this character in a way, the legendary skin, he has Harley Quinn. So it's like an action film where he changes into Harley Quinn, where it's unique animations, unique voice lines and stuff like that. Completely unique skin, which is a legendary. Now, let's go on to its power. I couldn't really come up with a creative name for its power, so I just came up with the name Laughing Gas. or this is the thing Joker has. It's a laughing gas that if you inhale the gas, you'll start laughing uncontrollably until you just die from. How it works is when Joker starts the match with 5 bombs, which he can throw to release laughing gas. Not bottles, bombs, to make it a bit different from Clown. And he can reload the bombs by opening lockers, because we have not a killer that it requires to open lockers for a bit to reload. And then Joker can also grab a survivor. I think I spelled grab wrong there, I missed that afterwards. And when SR is grabbed, which will deal a health state, inflict them with the laughing gas. And survivors can get infected with laughing gas by either going into the gas when a bomb is exploded and landing, or by getting grabbed by the Joker. And what does the laughing gas do? Well, survivors who become fully infected will do one of 3 things. So it kind of works similar to how Rescuer's infection works, where it will slowly build up. Survivors will do one of 3 things, depending on which is closer. If they are near a gen, they will destroy it. If they are near a survivor, they will hold them in place and alerting the killer. If they are near the killer, they will walk up to the killer, and if they are on death hook, so if they've been hooked twice and are injured, the killer can do a unique mori. I've not done one of these before, a unique mori for a killer. This is the first. So yeah, the power, not best. I could have added a bunch of other stuff because of all the things you can do. But I feel like this could work as a pretty basic or pretty decent power. Now as for his perks, this is what I come up with. His first perk, let's put a smile on that face, which of course a reference to one face of the iconic lines. Whenever you down the obsession, a random survivor's aura is revealed to you for 10 seconds, and they become the obsession and they gain deafen for 20 seconds. Now deafen is a status condition in the material that it's not used at all. It barely gets used. I think it's only got used once, and it's for one killer add-on for like the hack. And it just does so that the survivors are different, they can't hear anything around them. Like no noise they can hear. And they get this for 20 seconds. His next perk is Why So Serious? What this does is whenever a survivor takes, again I spelled that wrong, I hate misspelling. Whenever a survivor takes a hit for a different survivor, they will be 20% hindered for 10 seconds. Then this perk goes on cooldown for 60 seconds. This a perk to kind of stop survivors from constantly taking hits for each other. And then this final perk is You Get What You Deserve. So yeah, all these 3 perks are with just the lines a version of the Joker has said. Let's put a smile on that face, of course an iconic one. Why So Serious is from The Dark Knight. And You Get What You Deserve is a little bit changed version of the line that Walking Phoenix's the Joker says during the talk show part of the movie during the end. And what this does is whenever a survivor stuns or blinds you, you gain 10% haste for 15 seconds. And then the survivor becomes exposed for 15 seconds. Then this perk goes on cooldown for 30 seconds. So it's kind of just to you get pissed and it will say the survivor gets what they deserve when they already stun you. And again, I feel like it's balanced because if some of the time when you are stunned, you will have to, after you get stunned, you have to go through it, and then also have to still find wherever the survivor is. You might still not make it in time to hit them when they're exposed. But anyways, yeah, that's going to be the end of today's video. Hope you enjoyed your time and you have. These are always so fun to do and so fun to make. And you guys have any idea what you want to do with the series? Whatever, games, movies, whatever you want to do, let me know in the comments down below. And remember, you matter in this world. There's always someone who will love and appreciate you. No matter where you are, no matter where you just remember to love and appreciate. Be happy, stay happy, show you love people next time. Later, Bucket Army.